Hello, everybody. In the news that I know everybody was concerned with, we still do not have someone claiming these sunglasses. I don't know whose sunglasses these are. They look to be women's sunglasses. I thought maybe, I don't know whose they are. I think our only alternative, I tried to give them away on the radio the other day, but apparently no one wanted them. So I think the only alternative at this point is to try and uh, wait until Carmine's birthday in November, his birthday party in November, and make an announcement to everybody that's there because I think that's where they were left behind. Oh, you know what? I'm wondering if they're my friend Mary Ellen's. I'm going to text her now and see if they were hers. They could have been hers. She stayed late that day. All right. I'm going to text her. I'm going to message her this photo now. We'll see what she says. But other than that, if if nobody claims them by November, I'll make an announcement at the birthday party, and then maybe we'll just donate them to charity. I don't know. All right, we are rapidly approaching June 21st. You know what that means? That is the day where we switch up the flags in front of our house. We always have, my wife will only allow me to have two flags in front of our house at any given time. I would prefer to have four. I'd like to have the American flag, the New York State flag, the New York City flag, and the Staten Island flag. But my wife believes that if we just had three or more than two flags at any point, people would be showing up here to pay tickets because they'd think we were an embassy or some sort of a government office. So what we do is we keep the American flag up year round. It's a wonderful flag that Peter King had given me that had flown over the United States Capitol. The other flag, we rotate between the state flag, the city flag, and the borough flag. How do we pick when to rotate? Well, we rotate when the seasons change. So when it was the start of spring, we took down the New York State flag and put up the New York City flag. Now that we are just 11 days away from the start of summer, we are going to put up the Staten Island flag in 11 days. So June 21st, maybe we'll have a whole ceremony here where we hoist the Staten Island flag up in front of our house. That'll be fun. Thank you to everybody that's watching. If anyone watching has a question or a comment, please feel free to ask it, and I'll do my best to address your question or your comment. Those of you that are watching as well, whether it be on Twitter, aka X, or on the YouTube or on Facebook, please be so good as to like, comment, and share this video so that other people can see what we're doing as well. I had a great time at the Talkers Conference this past Friday. It was so much fun. I know a lot of the radio talk show hosts, the big shots. They like to bash this conference and say that it's not fun or that only losers go or whatever. I don't view that as the case at all. I have so much fun at this. I meet so many great people. It's very expensive, honestly, but especially if you're spending the night in a hotel, it becomes a bit much to pay for a ticket to the conference, which is I think about 260, 270, and then to go and get a hotel room. You're looking at a $500 a night, but I think it's definitely worth my time. I was on a panel. There you have me talking. As always, I'm using my hand gestures, which have become the stuff of legend. And there I am with some of the folks. Oh, sorry. There I am with some of the folks afterwards that I was on the panel with. There's Joe Pags in the middle, who was the moderator of the panel. Jeff Katz on my right there, and Martha Zoller from the radio in Georgia on my left. In the center, you got Joe Pags, then Dom Giordano. He's big in Philadelphia. Howie Carr, he's a legend in Boston, and then you have a gentleman on the right there who's with WBAP in Dallas. His name escapes me, but it was an interesting panel discussion. And as I mentioned, John Catsimatidis was the recipient of the Freedom of Speech Award, which was great. There's a picture. He came with his wife Margot. We took a picture afterwards. And it was a lot of fun. And the thing I like most about it is it's really an opportunity to connect with a lot of old friends who some you used to work with or have encountered over the years, but some you may not necessarily get to see except at this event. One of the people that I really enjoy seeing is my friend Tamara Karsov. I met Tamara when she was working, obviously, at WABC. She was doing affiliate relations for WABC. Now she's done a lot of other things. She's been at Air America. She's been at Newsmax. Now she does affiliate relations for Fox News Radio. So she was there in support of Brian Kilmeade and all the other Fox personalities that were there. And she and I go way back. So this is the picture that we took this year. It's very interesting because 2 years ago, we took another photo. I'll show you the photo. This is from 2022. There's Arthur Aidala who came. Christine, I think she's got a married name now, but I knew her as Christine DeSanctis, me, and Tamara. Now, with the interesting thing about this photo is my wife. Now, keep in mind, Tamara and I know each other about, over 20 years. My wife felt that where my hand is in this photograph on Tamara was not an appropriate place for a hand to be. And I asked Tamara about it because I was concerned that maybe I had done something inappropriate. And she said, no, of course not. It was not inappropriate at all. And I showed it to most other people, and most folks agreed with Tamara and me. But obviously, it doesn't matter what either of us say if Rachel is upset with it. So I don't think there was anything inappropriate about it. But that being said, whenever we take a photo at this event after that, I'm always very careful with where I put my hand. So here is the photo that we took last year. That's 2023. And I made sure to get my hand firmly on her shoulder, not in any place where it could be misconstrued. And then we continue that tradition this year, her hand firmly on the shoulder. So let me know. Here are the three photos again. Here's 2022, okay, 2023, and 2024. I don't think there's anything at all inappropriate about that 2024 photo or 2022 photo. Let me know in the comments what you think, and I'd be curious as to your take. Please like and share. Let's see what the comments are saying. David Stone says, OMG, I was thinking that. Helene says it's inappropriate. Michael, the first thing I noticed, but I really see nothing wrong with that. Huh. All right, so Rachel was right. Well, that's why we're very careful with where I put my hands this year. So there you go. Rachel's usually right, I guess. All right, couple of other things. If you have questions, feel free to post them, and I will do my best to address them. It's going to be kind of brief because I have a lot of things to do. For starters, on June 13th, it is the Charter Revision Commission hearing in Manhattan. So far, nobody is testifying at these hearings. So I am trying. Now, look, this commission might be a total sham, and it probably is. It's probably a way for the mayor to block the usurpation of the city council, trying to make sure that his commissioners have to go through the advise and consent process. I get it, but I am going to make the most of it, right? We all play the hand that we're dealt. So I am going to each of these hearings with my suggestion for better government. And what I'm trying to do is I am trying to get to a place where the overwhelming majority of the testimony that they hear has to do with electoral reform in New York City and nonpartisan elections. And I'm trying to get hundreds, ideally, at the very least dozens of people that agree with me to testify at these hearings as well in support of electoral reform. But if you're not in favor of electoral reform, if there's another issue that you're passionate about, somebody calling from France. I think this might be a guest I'm trying to book based on the French elections. All right, I'll let you behind the scenes a little bit and see if we can do this. Hello? Hello?
Hello, this is an important call from Amazon customer support. This is to notify you regarding your today's purchase on Amazon.com. You've been charged $1,279.99 on your default card saved on Amazon.com. If you have not made any such transaction, then please press 1 to cancel your order. Else, if you have made this purchase on Amazon.com and recognize it, then please press 2 to confirm your order.
I have absolutely not made that purchase.
To repeat this message, please press 4.
Yeah, wait.
Thank you.
But now, how do I know this is genuine? So I pressed 4. Sorry? So I pressed 4 to repeat the message, and I heard someone in like an Indian accent, and it sounded, and then they hung up. So how do you know when you get a message like that if that's genuine or not? Let me check my past orders on Amazon while I'm here. I'm glad I picked up that phone because now I know at least somebody is trying to scam me. Yeah, I don't see any $1,000 orders. All right, but these scammers are everywhere. They are absolutely everywhere. So what I was saying on the Charter Revision Commission front, I'm trying to get a lot of folks to testify, and you can testify remotely if you want to. You could just go to nyc.gov/charter, and they have all the details on here. The next hearing is on Wednesday, the 13th, starts at 5 p.m. I'm going to, not sure if I'm going to testify remotely or via Zoom. I have to go in early anyway for this Scott Lebedo documentary premiere. So maybe I'll just end up going in early for 5 p.m. so that I can testify. But the thing, I don't know what I'm going to do in terms of childcare, but maybe I'll just testify remotely. We'll see. If I can get someone to stay with Carmine for a little bit in the afternoon so that I can leave here around 4 o'clock. I'll see, or maybe Rachel will be done with work earlier so that she can watch them. But anyway, my point is, I'm asking you, if you're watching this, particularly if you're a New Yorker, but even if you're not, sign up to testify. You can do it via Zoom, right from your computer, right from your phone, and you could speak for a minute or two. They give everybody up to 3 minutes in support of what changes you think should be made to the city charter. I've got a long list, but the first item on my list is nonpartisan elections. So I would love for them to be faced with, all right, we have 100 people here testifying in support of nonpartisan elections, and then there's no other issue that really has any degree of support. Now, they say the two areas that they're focused on are public safety and fiscal responsibility. So if you can tailor your remarks towards that and what improvements should be made towards the city charter for that, that would probably be in keeping with their mandate by the mayor. And they're going to put questions on the ballot that people will, vote on this year. And if they're adopted, they'll be part of the city charter. All right. Ra writes ICM. Then nosy. I don't know what that means. ICM, then nosy. Verita writes, it's now appropriate to have your hand lightly on the mid back and not seen in the photo. Rachel is right, as always. Okay. Michael says, scam call. Yeah, I think you're right. Ellen says, hi, Frank. Hi to you, Ellen. Don't pick up not genuine scam. Put your credit card company number in your contacts. If it is a genuine scam contact, you'll know the number. Picking up confirms and gives more info to the scammer. Oh. See, maybe that's what I should do currently, going forward, is if I see a number that I don't recognize, just not pick up. Those of you that are watching, only 4 people watching on Facebook, which I feel like is unusual. Please feel free to share this if you're one of the fighting foursome, and this way other people can watch this video. Also, if you watch this a little later, if you share this, that helps us get a little bit better viewer numbers. So that's that. Hey, how about that Mets-Phillies game yesterday in London? Wild. If you didn't see it, the game ended with a game-ending double play in England. I mean, really just wonderful. Saturday's game was just atrocious. They had that 5-run or 6-run 5th inning, and I actually bet on the Mets that game. And, I was reminded why I resisted downloading one of these betting apps for so long, which is I never wanted to so easily be able to bet just from my phone. And then as I lost $100 on Saturday's game, I remember, oh yeah, that's exactly why I didn't do it. So I'm done betting on sports from my phone unless there's a compelling reason to do so, which in most cases there is not. So there's that. But I was just happy that the Mets won. And finally, tomorrow we're playing the Miami Marlins, which is actually a team that the Mets should be able to beat, because the Marlins are the only team currently in the National League East that's actually worse than the Mets, or at least has a worse record than the Mets. Hey, if you didn't catch any of this morning's show, I thought it was really interesting. We had on, obviously, I had my conversation with Dominic Carter about a wide variety of subjects. This time, the people working in TJ Maxx who have body cameras, they're now going to be wearing body cameras, hoping that this prevents shoplifting or cracks down on shoplifting. But then I spoke with Dr. Jerome Corsi about the Kennedy assassination. Really interesting discussion that I think was appropriately challenging, but also brought a lot of new information to the table. I have no idea if he's correct or if the new information in this book is correct. To be candid, I find a lot of Dr. Corsi's work over the last 20 years quite lacking. But he's a heck of a nice guy, and he's very provocative, and the audience just loves him. A lot of them, anyway. So I like doing stuff that's a little crazy sometimes, a little controversial. So hopefully you got a chance to listen to it. If you didn't, you can go to fmwabc.com and check out the podcast. That's fmwabc.com. And if you want, you can just subscribe to the podcast at the other side of midnight on any podcast app, and then you'll automatically get the podcast downloaded to your phone each and every day. And if you like and comment in support of the podcast on any of those platforms, it really does help spread the visibility of the program. Michael writes, careful out there. I had 2 Met tickets in my car. Somebody broke my window and left 4 more tickets. Well done, Michael. Well done. I mean, now I think that all tickets are electronic. They have NFT tickets now, but that is still seriously funny. For tonight's show, which of course is technically tomorrow's show, Ben Smith is going to join me. Ben Smith is an incredibly well-known member of the establishment media, but these days he's very much a part of the new media. I guess he was back when he was doing BuzzFeed as well. He's got a new podcast out focused on the media, and we're going to chat about what's happening in the media these days, including the fact that Vivek Ramaswamy actually wants to buy a large stake in BuzzFeed, his former employer. Oh, Carmine's crying. He's meeting with a new potential babysitter, just a spot babysitter, if Rachel and I need to go somewhere or have a date night or something. So it doesn't sound like it's going well. What's that? But he's been good all afternoon, though. So it sounds like he's just getting a little cranky. Okay, let me go. So we got Ben Smith tomorrow. I'm working on, and this is why I picked up that phone number from France. I'm working on having an analyst from Europe on the importance of these European elections, where the hard right, got a record number of seats. So, all right, let me go. Let's see if Carmen calms down a little. Please share this video. Please tune in tonight, especially if I'd love to get some more younger people listening live, because I was shocked this morning that we did this segment on young people making the transition to offline dating rather than online dating, and nobody called in, which I have to tell you, I was surprised. And the only thing that I could think is that maybe there are not a lot of young people listening live, or maybe they're just, young people these days don't like don't like to do that. So there's that. Hey, this is a funny comment. I don't know if I could put it up, but Michael writes, ask Mike, because of my gray streak, am I trying to be the male version of Tulsi Gabbard? Michael, believe me, the gray streak is not intentional at all. All right, please share this video. Until we meet again, I'll see you on the radio.